Here's the flock. The geese have grown a lot in the 8 days that we were gone to Utah. We had good friends looking after them, and we had our good neighbors looking after them, and thank God they were, because we have had a little bit of tragedy happen. We have 8 ducks now. Here's who, well, of course, Scooter and the 2 big fat geese, Sammy and Barbie. And here's our little hookbill brood of 8. Right before we left, we lost one to an owl. We lost Blondie, the golden snowy, that was a lighter color than this almost magpie looking one here. And it's funny because we were so vigilant with building this with the owl netting or bird netting, thinking we've got this. But a raccoon came and took 2 ducks while we were gone. Thank goodness for our friends, like I said. First night, raccoon got in between the pole, which I've pulled away so I could get in and clean. But this pole was up against the coop, but it wasn't attached to the coop, and the raccoon squeezed in, got the little injured hookbill. Quackers had attacked viciously one of the little hookbills. Quackers had to be culled from the pack because of how badly he was going after the little hookbills. They zip tied the pole to the coop. That solved that problem. But the raccoons, they're very, very intelligent, and if you can see the gravel there in front of the door. So the next night, raccoon came back, couldn't get in, and thought, well, I'm gonna tunnel under. So raccoon tunneled under, got in, took Chuck the duck, and made off with him. So our neighbors, Tammy and Jerry, really awesome people. They didn't want us to come home to a dead flock. They came over, they filled in the hole with the gravel, and they put mesh underneath. They put the coop on top of mesh. And so when the raccoon came back the next night, it did dig, but it gave up because it couldn't get through the mesh floor. Went down, but couldn't come up. And they came and filled in the little bit of a hole that it dug. And we haven't seen hide nor hair of the raccoon since, because it appears that it got the message, no more meals. So at night now, since I'm home and I can be here for letting them out in the morning and putting them away at night, we are putting them up into the coop. They did not know how to use the ramp, so I'm teaching them the ramp, but for now I'm just putting them straight in, and the door's still open from me getting them out this morning, and they all hunkered down and they're perfectly safe because I shut all the doors. So even if something were to somehow get its way through that mesh netting at the bottom or through over the fence, they're not going to get in to the coop because it's going to be locked at night. So the flock was apparently pretty upset, but they seem to have recovered. I pulled their pools out. They've been running around the yard, and we've been doing a lot of cleanup this morning, and they're doing so much better mentally. Geese are as loving as ever, and the ducks are just happy to see us so they can eat out of our hands again.